What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and this is the NHL Franchise Mode series with the Nebraska Bucks. If you guys did actually miss the last episode, I'll drop a card in the top right-hand corner right now so you guys can go ahead and check that out and are all caught up to date as to where we are right now here in the off-season. We did lose in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals to the Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime. It was a heartbreaker, but it's definitely a growing point for the boys. We have pretty much a dynasty already. It's just a matter of continuing that on here in today's episode, which we will be getting into the draft lottery, re-signing phase, free agency, all of that good stuff, as we've got a lot of work to do this offseason with 3 first-round picks, as well as a lot of re-signing that we also have to do. We've got some top players with some contracts up. We've got Vassalainen, we've got Janssen, Scheifele, and then we also have Richie. So we've got a couple big-time players who are up for grabs, which, again, we'll take a look at their contracts here after the draft and see what they are going to want. I have sent out a few contract offers for AHL guys just to get them out of the way right now, but let's go ahead and we'll hop into the simulation here to get to the draft, and we'll see draft lottery results, we'll see retired players, we'll even take a look at awards. We've got a couple players, again, AHL guys that we've re-signed, which is really nice, to two-way deals, so that is all taken care of. Salary cap has also gone up to $1.2 million, which is really nice. I'm glad that that is up there, and I'm really excited for this draft lottery. So we got pick number 7 from Nashville, and that's where they were expected to get it, so none of our picks actually pan out. And if you actually look at the draft lottery, the only swap was pick 1 and 2. That's kind of crazy. I really want to try and trade up in the draft as well. So if anything, we'll use those 2 first-round picks to trade up in the draft. Didn't really get lucky on the lottery, which kind of sucks, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. There's a lot of good players out there, which we'll actually take a look at. But first, we've got retired players to look at. Nicholas Backstrom, he was with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Mark Stone was with the Penguins. He was just shy of 1,000 points for 1,000 games. Couture, he hangs it up. Zuccarello, Zibanejad, Brendan Gallagher, Roman Josi. That's a kind of a crazy retiree right there. Evander Kane, Tyler Toffoli, Jaden Schwartz, Ryan Johansson, Vincent Trocheck, Jason Zucker, Tanner Pearson, Nito Niederreiter. I believe at one point we might have had him. It's been so long since I've actually taken a look back at where we were, and yeah, we didn't have him at any point. I thought we did for some reason, but Nito Niederreiter, I think the one player we did have, trying to think, did we have Couture at one point? I don't remember if we did, if we traded him or not. I don't think we did. I think he was with Winnipeg straight from Philly, which is the case. I just remember playing against him a lot in the playoffs, but yeah, a lot of crazy retirees. Dougie Hamilton, Victor Arvidsson, Charlie Coyle, Dzingel, Goss Jasper, Ekholm, Kevin Hayes, Coleman. So yeah, a lot of crazy retirees. Colton Parenko hanging it up at the age of 36. Adam Lowry, Nick Cousins, Hinostroza, Oscar Sundqvist. I believe we did have him on our team at one point, if I remember correctly. Did we? Nope, I guess we didn't have him either. I'm thinking we have some players, which we actually didn't, but a lot of guys retiring. Haven't really seen anybody, at least for us, hanging up the skates. Let's take a look at goaltenders. Who's hung up the pads? Freddie Anderson, he was with Nashville. He hangs them up. Mrazek and Francois Lindgren, Brosset. And that's pretty much it. Sparksy hangs him up. I know we had Sparks for a while for the AHL squad. He did a lot of good work for us there, as you guys can see. Up and down a little bit there as well, with Nebraska getting some call-ups. His one season, he played 18 games for us, and he put up decent numbers in that season. But he won, I believe, a couple Calder Cups as well for us, so that is cool to see. But again, those are all the retired players. We'll see what coaches retire here, and we'll also take a look at the draft class here. Roman Josi, Sean Couturier are now coaches for some clubs. Taking a look at coaching retirements, do any of ours? Nebraska Bucks, it looks like one person did retire. I think that might have been our goaltender coach, which I'm not too upset about. So that'll be at a position we will have to fill. Let's go view the draft class. take a look at it. Here are the top picks, guys. Top 5 are honestly worth it. If anything, if we can try and trade up, we're not going to be able to get these top 2 picks, but if we can trade up to get Matthew Perez, he is pretty solid. 6'3", he's NHL ready. Mikko Koivu is his similarity. Pretty solid stats in the OHL as well. Put up 94 points in 65 games. He is a sniper, and if anything, we could possibly get him to replace Scheifele, who is up there in age. He is getting older, and he might be asking for a lot as well. There is one gem that I noticed before even starting the filming of this video. I wanted to take a look at and see the gems or busts or what we have. And we've got one here, Clint Hardington. He's pick 112, two-way forward, or two-way defenseman, I should say. We could possibly snipe him, maybe a late third round pick, maybe late second round, if anything, to try and pick him up and make sure he doesn't go past us in the draft. We've been pretty good with our snipes when it comes to gems, but here we are, guys. NHL draft is here and upon us, and I feel like if anything, we got to try and trade up to pick number 3. We have pick, I believe it's number 7, if I remember correctly. Yeah, pick 7 and 15, which those values are actually really high. So let's trade pick 7. We don't have a second round pick. Let's do that and a second round pick for next year and see if that moves us up to pick 3. That doesn't work. Do we have any prospects to swap? Rookie skaters that we'd be willing to give up. This Owens kid, I don't want to give up. Anderchuk, I know he was a gem. Don't really want to give any of those guys up. Zanon, I don't really want to give any of those guys up. So let's swap our later first round pick actually for this one. Oh, that value is really high, and we can maybe ask for... Oh, they've got a lot of second round picks. Let's swap that for their late second round pick, see if that goes through. That's rejected. So let's maybe swap this. I want to try and at least get something else out of it. So ask for a third round pick. That's rejected. Hey, this might not be good here if we can't move up. Let's ask for a 4th. They're willing to get rid of that. Trade's rejected. So we're going to have to go 2 firsts for their 3rd overall pick, and the trade's rejected. So, oh man, not looking good. Let's try swapping first round picks so to get the trade value there. And then let's ask for that 3rd round pick as well. So 2 firsts, high firsts for their 1st and 3rd. Trade's rejected. That's kind of crazy. Trade value extremely in our favor, and they're just not willing to give that up. Oh man, are we gonna have to give all 3 of our first round picks for this? That's kind of crazy. Let's throw in a 2nd for next year. See if this works. Trade's rejected. We're going all in. All first round picks to move up in the draft for Scheifele's replacement, and it's accepted. I mean, it's not what I really wanted to do, but sometimes that's what happens when you try to stack up on picks, and that's the way it works. So let's see if there's any way we could try and trade up for the 1st overall pick. So we'll give up pick number 3, and honestly, for Detroit, let's trade them Scheifele. Where is he? His trade value's awful. Look at that. That's actually brutal. Scheifele's trade value is... and it won't work with the cap anyways, but that is kind of crazy. Man, oh man, would there be anybody else? We would maybe have to add in a rookie skater, probably this Owens kid or the Oduya. Oduya, I don't remember where we drafted him. 2nd round, and that's pretty good value for a 2nd round player. This Caden Owens kid, he's 19, he's 20. We'll throw Caden Owens in here for the 1st round pick, see if this goes through, and that is rejected. We'll throw in one last offer here. We'll throw Downing in, why not? See if this works, and the trade's rejected. So we're going to have to be happy with the 3rd overall pick. I didn't mean to go in there for the trade, as Detroit is about to take that Como kid. They took Komu. Oh, wow. They didn't even take the guy who was... Oh, wait, no, I think he was supposed to go first. Let me double check on that. I thought he was supposed to go 2nd, but no, it is Nelson. Maddox Nelson, that's a pretty sick name. Patrick Kane, status already. Honestly, whoever we get here, either Nelson or Perez, I think is going to be a good pick. So I don't feel like we need to trade for the second. Sim to pick 3. They took Nelson. He's 83 right-wing playmaker. So we're taking Perez, guys. He is the replacement for Mark Scheifele. Please be good. Be worth it. 81 overall. Elite medium. Not the best. Not what I was hoping for. But it's honestly not terrible. The next pick was Sandlack, and he's 80 medium. We'll sim to pick 5, which was pretty much the last big one. Davidson, and that is where it starts to go downhill from there. We'll sim the next one, and so that's the last of the big picks. So Nelson, Komu, the big picks. We got Perez, 81 overall. Honestly, not terrible. He'll be a good replacement for Scheifele as we look to move on from him if we aren't able to re-sign. So now what we really need to do is actually trade up in the draft. Pick 127 is the next one up. And we just got to remember here where that gem is, because he's really the last pick we need to make this draft, if anything. And he's touted to go 108. So we got to move up a couple spots here. I also want to take a look at goalies. You can never draft too many goalies. So let's double check, see what the goalies are like this year. Anyone worth it? There's a elite medium goaltender at pick 54. Corey Crawford, he is 5 years out, which kind of sucks. So that, I wouldn't say isn't really worth trying to trade up for, but we do have to trade up for pick, I'm trying to think here, who can we trade up for? I believe this would be around the area, pick 67. So we might be able, when's our next pick? 123. So we got to pick up a mid-third rounder. Let's go here, pick 3rd round, 4th. That's 78. Honestly, I'm okay with trading for this. Let's go down here, draft picks. We've got our 4th round. Let's throw that in there. Honestly, let's see if that just goes through. Trade's rejected. Again, not too worried about the rest of this draft. We'll throw in another 5th round pick there. See if that trade goes through. That's rejected, which is quite interesting. Swap that with ours. I'm just trying to move up in the draft here. We'll throw in a 6th round pick, so 4, 5, 6 for their 3rd, and that's accepted. So we'll be able to move up and take our gem that we're trying to get. So let's sim up to pick 78. He better be still available, or I'm going to be so disappointed with our trading right now. Take a look at the gems, and he's still there. Okay, thank goodness. He isn't supposed to go till pick 112, but rather take him now. He is a gem. Man, elite medium, 49 overall, offensive defenseman. He'll have decent trade value, which is what we were going for. So we'll sim up to our next pick, 135. And in this place, it's about trying to find some more value here in the draft, which it's not looking good. We've got a goaltender, elite medium butterfly, Garrett Robertson. Not the best of stats, not a good glove hand. He's 4 years out. Yuri Burr, that's actually a sick name. 3 years out, breakaways is his weakness. We know a little bit more about Garrett here. 19 versus 20. We got an extra year out of this guy, so we'll go for him. And he is elite medium, 59 overall. That's actually really good value. And maybe some trade bait here moving forward in the future. But I don't know if we really took the L on all of those picks. Giving up all of those picks, we've got 2 more goalies on the board. Rodrigo Arionsson, I don't really know how to say that name, but not the best of stats. He hasn't even played any games. Honestly, could also pick up Yuri Burr. Let's go for it. See what his potential is. Fringe starter medium. So again, we're stacking up on goalies for trade value. You can never have too many goalies. As now let's try and snipe here some more value. We're getting into the elite unknown range. We got another hybrid goalie, don't want to take that. Got Leopold here, Vince Leopold, power forward. We could go for Tyson Mayer. Didn't really do much though in the OHL. Leopold didn't do much either. They're both 5 years out. Don't know too much about either of them. So let's go with the sniper Mayer. Bottom 6 forward medium. Not the best of picks, but that's pretty much the rest of the draft. We were able to get up to pick number 3. I mean, we'll see if it was worth it. If this Perez kid was worth it. It's going to come down here to contracts now to see if we're going to sign him to the squad and then let go of Scheifele. But let me go ahead and re-sign these coaches, and then we'll get into the re-signing phase. So here we are, guys, with the contracts. This is going to be where it gets interesting. So we've got Vasilevskiy and Scheifele. Obviously, Scheifele, 36 years old. He's done awesome work for the Bucks. I don't know if he's going to be worth what he's going to be asking for, but as you guys can see, he's had 100-point seasons the last 2 years, 104, 106. He also had 90, 81, 84. So after coming over from Winnipeg, I mean, he's really taken off, doing crazy work. I mean, he's got over 1,000 points in his career with over 1,000 games played. It's just a matter of what he's asking for. He wants $9 million. And we've got $25 million worth of cap space, and we already have Vasilevskiy, who's we're going to need to re-sign. He wants $11 million. Let's try and get him down to $10,875 for 7. I feel like that might be able to get an offer on him. Scheifele is going to be the last player we're going to try and worry about. We've got Janssen here, 34 years old. He wants $8 million for 1 year. That's kind of crazy. 87 overall. Honestly, if we can get him down to like 8.3 for 1, I'd be okay with that. So let's see what he says on that. That's already knocking out a lot of our cap room here. We also have Richie here. He wants 3. We're going to probably have to let him walk. I do want to sign Perez. So we're going to offer him the 2-way deal, max rookie deal at $1 million. Which is worth it. He'll get back to us on that. And then we'll have Kraus to try and re-sign. So let's advance today, see what those guys say before making any more contracts. We're not going to be able to sign our associate coach, unfortunately. Keith Yandle's going to re-sign as our AHL head coach. One of our assistants also re-signs. We've got some scouts here re-signing, which is really nice. Perez is going to sign, which is great. Janssen is going to decline. And Vasilevskiy takes the pay cut. So that is nice. We've got 50 contracts. Ooh, that's not good. We've got 50 contracts. We're going to have to get rid of some guys. So let's go all the way down here. Who can we possibly cut? Burke, we might be able to let go. I think we let him go. We would have to buy him out, actually. Zion, I want to try and keep around. This Jorgensen kid, we'd have to buy out. Contracts, man, this is tough. Let's release that. Oh, man, we're going to have to buy some guys out, aren't we? Clapperton, we've got so many guys we have to re-sign. It's kind of crazy the amount of players we have to re-sign with the amount that we have already. Scheifele, $9 million. We've got $15 million to work with, but I really would prefer having Janssen. A little bit younger of an age. 8.4 for 1 year. Would he be able to sign that? I want to advance today and see what he says. We get another scout. Janssen is going to sign, so that is clutch. So we get him at a little bit of a price cut. We've got $7 million to work with. Scheifele's, it's not going to work with Scheifele. We're going to have to let him go. At least we signed his replacement, Scheifele. He's done great. We let him go. Again, that's a sad day, but it is what it is. We had to let him go. Richie here. Let's take a look at his contract. He wants $3 million at 82, 33 overall. We're going to let him go. Look for somebody better in free agency. Kraus. Let's see what Kraus wants. He wants a really nice deal, actually, and I'll even talk him down to 1.7 for 2 years. That's a good depth player, just in case injuries do occur. Slavari. Let's take a look at what he wants. He wants 1.7 as well. We can talk him down to 1.5. He'll get back to us tonight. Patan, another solid depth player. 2-way contract. He wants a really nice deal. At $1 million, that's actually a steal for 2-way. Kuffner, Drysdale, they're up for contracts. We're going to have to get them to sign. Kuffner wants a 2-year deal. Honestly, that's a solid. We can get him down to basically $1 million. That'd be a good deal. Jamie Drysdale, we do want to re-sign. He wants a solid gap bridge deal, and I'm actually going to give him 3 years at 1.5. 1.45 actually for 3 years. That'd be a great deal to sign. Let's take a look at Jours. What does he want? He wants a 1-year deal, or I don't really like that. We're gonna let that go. He is 34 years old. We'll release him. Restricted free agent with Clapperton. He wants a great deal. That's actually really nice. We'll get that up as well for a little bit more money. 3 years as well at 23 years old. That would be an absolute steal if we could get that. Zanon, he still has a year out for development, so we'll let him work on that. Owens, I do want to get him in. He wants a max rookie deal, so he'll get back to us tonight. Let's take a look at goaltenders. We got to make sure we have our goalies all set. We've got a lot in the pipe. So we got Carter Hart. Again, he's got 1 more year left on his deal. Hunter Jones, he wants a contract. He wants a very nice deal, actually. So we'll offer him 3 years at a buffed price, which I'm fine with. Bender, starter medium potential. He wants a max rookie deal. We're going to let that walk. Not too worried about that. We've got other goalies in the pipeline. And then I want to see our coach here, if we can re-sign our assistant coach. Hopefully we can get him to sign. Remaining budget is just not there, but, you know, it is what it is. Associate coach. We'll see what he says. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to snipe that or not. But let's go ahead, advance a day here, see who we get. Kraus is going to reject. Kuffner, reject. Wow, Patan's going to reject. Owens, Drysdale, Hunter Jones. Savary is going to reject. Clapperton, sign. So we got a couple guys there in, which is nice. Let's go back to the contracts here. See who we really have to get down. So we're down to $6 million in cap space. Kraus, again, I do want to try and get him signed. Let's go to 1.7 for 2. I feel like we can get him down to that. Patan didn't sign. These guys, none of them signed, so let's get Patan. Oh, man, Patan actually wants a really nice deal. Let's give him 2. Let's just give him what he wants. 1 year, 2-way deal. Kuffner and Savary don't want to sign. Honestly, they don't want to sign. We don't want them. We can go out and get better guys in free agency. I'm okay with that. Release them. They've done their business. They've done what they needed to do here for the squad. We've got some rookie guys coming up on contract years that they need to be signed, and none of them really do stand out that are worth signing. Top 9 forward low. Top 9 forward medium is the only one I'm really interested in. Dorsett, he hasn't really panned out, so we can release him. Cisetto, what does he want? He wants almost a rookie max deal. But we'll get him into the club, and I feel like we can bring Leighton. He wants a max rookie deal, so we'll bring both of them into the club. They should be able to sign those deals. Wow, that coach doesn't want it. All right, we're not going to be able to sign our assistant coach. So Kraus signs. That makes me happy. Cisetto. Patan isn't going to... I feel like I can impact NHL roster. Okay, well, sucks to be you, dude, because I might just let you go. Patan, he's done a lot of good work for us. But he doesn't want to sign, so we're going to have to let him walk. I'm okay with that. It doesn't really hurt me much. Again, we need to replace, really... We're going to have to replace, what's-his-face, Richie on the right wing, if anything. And then we're going to have to sign a new assistant coach because this guy does not want to sign. I don't know why. No matter how much we give, he's not going to sign. Let's try one more time to give him just an absolute crazy deal here. Let's offer $3 million. Associate coach. Let's see what he says. And again, if he doesn't sign, we'll go out and get another assistant coach. I'm not too worried about it. But that's pretty much it for our re-signing phase. Let's double check here. Just want to make sure contracts, again, are all squared and up to date. Let's see here. Expiring. All expiring. And we've got a couple guys that I'm not really worried about, so we'll release you. Release you, and then let's check goalies. Okay, everyone is all squared away with signing, so we'll get into free agency now, guys. Wow, he didn't want to take it, so we lose our assistant coach. It is what it is. I don't really care. We'll go out and get another one. And here we are, free agency, guys. One of the exciting times of the year. We need a new right winger for, I'd say, power forward. So again, let's double check. Okay, we can go through the lines here. We got Suzuki, Roslovic. So we've got our 3 centermen, Kuznetsov, Perez, Byfield, Suzuki. And then left wingers, we've got Vasalainen, Janssen, and then we've got Sprong on the left, who plays left. And then we can play Tippett, Volchenkov, Downing, and we even also have, what's-his-face to play wing, Roslovic. So that's nice. Defense, we're still stacked. Lautner, Sandin, Tavares, Tinkoff, Rudder, Dulian, Kreisha, and then Drysdale. Actually, Drysdale will be most likely coming up to the top club, so we might even be able to get him some playing time. And then goalies, we got Hart and Tucker Tynan. So again, we need a, let's double check here. We need 2 wingers, basically. So we need a depth winger and a starting winger. And then we should be good. We should be good. We got enough cap space to work with here. So free agents, again, losing Scheifele is tough, and it is what it is, but I feel like he's just going to drop in value. Verana, top free agent. That's kind of crazy. Bellows, again, we need to find a solid, I want to look for power forward at a decent price. And again, we've got $6 million to work with. So let's see what we got. We've got power forward, Mantha. He wants $4 million. Does he fit our lines though? He had a solid year. He doesn't fit our lines, which kind of sucks. Let's actually sort. Can we sort Grinder? I don't want grinders, so let's go down. We need a power forward because I'm pretty sure Richie was a power forward. So we'll eventually get there, if it does eventually get there. Grinder. So let's see if we can just sort through them. Two-way forward, Grinder. Okay, it's not going to really work like that. So let me just back out. Let's just go back in free agency and take a look. I didn't mean to go back into contracts, but again, really solid team so far. Owen Tippett, he's up next year. He's up to an 89, and he wants 11 million. That's going to be crazy. These next couple seasons are going to be tough with the cap for sure, and going to have to make a lot of tough decisions here. But power forward there, Radishy, that's tough. Not going to be able to afford those guys. Who's our next power forward? We've got this Ledeker kid, Dennis Ledeker. Bottom six forward lines, he wants 5.3 million. That could be, and he is 25 years old. That could be an interesting deal. He wants 2 years as well. Let's keep taking a look here. Power forward, Tristan Thompson, or Tage Thompson. He's 31 years old. He's a big boy too. 6'5", 203. He only fits penalty kill, which kind of sucks. Power forward here, Lavoie, 79 overall, and he wants a massive deal, and I don't want that on our squad. Power forward here, Richie, he only wants 3.9. Again, he had a decent year, but I don't want to offer him that contract. Kubalik actually might be a nice little steal. 33 years old, he wants 3 years. He only fits penalty killing lines. Let's take a look here. Any more power forwards worth? You don't really have any further power forwards that are worth going after. Wenberg. Yeah, it's not really going to work. That one guy here up at the top, where was he? We got to find him again. I forget his name. It's not, is it Mantha? Was it Mantha? No, it wasn't Mantha. Who was it? It was around the 5 million range. Ledeker, that's the one we were looking for. Okay, so Ledeker, 5 years, or 3 years. Ooh, we could maybe give him 3 years at 5.5. Let's actually give him 5.675 for 3. See what he says on that. That could be a very nice snipe. He does play left wing, so we'll have to swap that around, but that could be a nice little snipe there to replace Richie. Again, it's a little bit more money, but I'm okay with giving that money for a younger power forward, and he's going to accept. So that's huge. We get him into the squad. And again, we don't really need to make any more moves. I feel like, if anything, free agents, maybe some two-way players to restock on our AHL. We got $1 million worth of cap room. Who are the goalies actually on the trade block? The Delkovich. The goalies are actually really thin this year, which is quite interesting. Let's take a look at two-way forwards. Anybody with high overall. Got a couple guys who are actually up there with overalls. I don't really know what we need at the AHL level. Got a couple young guys who would be worth maybe giving a shot and bringing them in. This sniper, Milroy, let's actually offer him a contract for 2 years at $850. I feel like that would be a great deal. Bring him in. Lockhart only wants 1 year, but he is a playmaker, so let's offer him a deal as well. I feel like that would be a nice little steal. Get him 2 years at $925 and bring those guys in to see what they can do and develop if they do accept. So we'll see what they say here. It'll be interesting as to what they say and if they do accept. Let's take a look here. Got a couple trade offers. Hopefully they accept here soon. Connor Lockhart is going to accept, as well as Jason Milroy. So 2 new big-time players that we could bring into the AHL and see them develop. Now we need to actually find coaching staff. We need a new assistant coach for the NHL team. So let's go to hire coach. What do we have here for AHL assistant coaches or associate coaches? Not a lot of good ones out there. A lot of pricey ones, to be honest. I want maybe somebody a little bit younger as well. Blake Wheeler, we could maybe bring him in. That would actually be really cool to bring Blake Wheeler in. Let's offer him that contract. Associate head coach. That'd be really cool to bring him in. B- as well. Generalist. See if he were to fit the team. That would be a cool little signing if he does accept. So let's go ahead, sim a few more days here. See if we can get the coach in. Blake Wheeler, assistant or associate NHL head coach. So he accepts. That's actually really cool. Blake Wheeler, associate head coach. We're bringing in a lot of Winnipeg Jet guys. So let's actually go ahead, sim up to the next season and take a look at our lines. So here we are, guys, with a chance to take a first look at our lines this year. And this is what it looks like to start. Volchenkov down there on the third line is very interesting. I don't know if I like that at all. I prefer him there on that second line. And Sprong here, actually up to an 84, which is very interesting. Let's actually move this around. Milroy's actually into the lineup. He's actually at the NHL level, which is kind of cool. These lineups are very interesting because Netsov and Lockhart, again, these guys we brought in on two-way deals actually coming in and making a difference. Again, the scratch players only fitting the first line, so not getting the pluses we were really hoping for at the start of this year, which is very interesting. Does Byfield work better on the first? He does, which is interesting. Actually, would Perez work on that first line? That could actually be pretty sick to see. Perez on the first line, he does only get the +1. And so I'd rather have Byfield only getting the +1 and Perez, again, developing on that second or third line, I should say. Take a look at the defense. Got to move some things around here. Rudder, we'll put him down. Julian is up there. Tinkoff, Rudder, Julian. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with their defensive pairs as well. Take a look at the goalies. Carter Hart, 88 overall. Tucker Tynan still chilling there at 81. Let's now take a look at our AHL lineup. Jimmy Drysdale, we don't want him on that bottom pair. We'll get him up there with Clapperton, getting both the +3, which is nice. We'll eventually call one of them up to the NHL squad. Let's take a look, see if we can move anything else around. Not really. Take a look at the offense. Downing. This guy, he looks like we could maybe even bring him up to the NHL, to be honest. Man, that is actually really nice to see. We'll get that moved around to Duya. We'll get him up to the top line. Milic, he doesn't really work. Andrew Chuck's up to a 76 overall, which is nice to see, so we'll move him up the lineup. Calder, he's 86. Owens, I want to move him up the lineup to get him better playing time. This Akers kid doesn't really work. Let's take a look at Scratched. Sesteto, Leighton, Quick. So we got some solid guys. 73 overall. Kim Franz, and that guy is actually, I remember him. He is got some good potential. Let's double check here. What's his potential again? 73, backup medium potential. So if anything, we could maybe throw him in, maybe over Bender, who's backup exact. Hunter Jones is backup exact. So we can maybe move Franzen in there to get him at least some playing time. But the AHL is also looking pretty stacked. Let's check captains. Byfield assistant, Volchenkov, captain, Owen Tippett. That's right, because what's-his-face was our assistant captain, Scheifele. So we have to assign here. We have to assign a new assistant captain. Oh, man, we're going to have to give it to Lautner. He's been here one of the longest. He's been one of our top players. He's shown that he can get it done, and Lautner is very deserving. Perez, we definitely don't want him chilling as number 69. That is just not happening. Perez, top pick. We're going to make him number... what's a good number for him? I feel like let's make him number 9. That's a good number. Solid number for Perez. Lockhart's 73. Roslovic is 29. That's an interesting number. Is there anybody else we'd want to switch their number for? Not really. Volchenkov, again, he's always been 24. So that is what we're going to do for captains, guys. And that is what we're going to do for lines for now. Again, let me know down in the comments how you guys want me to shake that up. And before I forget, I always forget to take a look at the awards, guys. So let's take a look at this past season's awards. Again, Toronto Maple Leafs winning the Stanley Cup. Last year, we won it. We were in the finals. Previous to that, we were in the finals for a lot of years. We won the President's Trophy for the past 3 years. We've been in the finals the past, I believe, 5 or 6 years now. And the Leafs finally winning the Eastern Conference there. Individual awards here really quickly. Connor McDavid winning the Art Ross. Suzuki won the Hart. That is really cool. So we finally have somebody win the Hart Trophy, and it is Nick Suzuki. That is awesome stuff. Cale Makar wins his second Norris Trophy in consecutive years. Scheifele won the Lady Byng, which is really cool. Calder went to Johnson. Nylander won the Conn Smythe. Carter Hart, like I was pushing for all year, he won the Vezina, so that is awesome to see. William Jennings, Masterson, Jack Adams went to Justin Williams. That's kind of crazy. He's the head coach for the San Jose Sharks. Really cool to see that. Pettersson won the Selke for the 3rd straight year. Ted Lindsay went to Nick Suzuki, and Matthews won the Richard Trophy. So we won a lot of awards this year, guys, for individual, which is really nice. A lot of individual awards, nothing going for us. Team awards, let's take a look. Did we win anything this year? We won our North Division again, so that is nice. But yeah, those are the awards, guys. We won some big awards there, which is awesome to see. But again, that's going to be it for today's episode. Again, let me know what you guys want to do with the lineups. Do we make any call-ups? Do we send anybody down? Do we trade anybody? Let me know what you guys want to see. But as always, I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.